InShalla and Ashe. I think everything's fine. Let me move over a little bit here. Blessings to you and welcome to the 5th of September, my daily snippet, my show. I just want to know, are you creating your intentions for this new moon in Virgo? And also, more importantly, have you listened to my musing moon meditation to open those gates, those thread lines of and into this new moon? We get to revisit it in the season of Pisces, like in 6 months. It's kind of like the ebb and the flow of the rivers. It's a great meditation, by the way, just saying that. But the energy of today is like this cosmic gateway out into the cosmic highway. It's opening up a portal into the reality on our daily narrative, our day-to-day. So the energy is like the directive of a prime kind, our prime directive. It's time to really shift out of the normal world view, the perspective, and view life through the eyeglasses of the mountain, the other world, the advanced wisdom in a new or a more progressive kind of light view. However, the elemental realm is, we have a Bing Chen day, so that's Yang fire with the dragon. Dragons have Yang earth in the stem or the branch, and they also have this yin energy right below, the yin wood and water, which is hidden. So it's this friendly parallel kind of day where friends are more magical in a way. And the dragon on the branch actually represents magic. And also on the hour, which I don't really talk about. So there's a lot of magic in the essence of today. So we're definitely having an otherworldly, magical, energetic day. And the dragon is in a directional influence with the tiger and the rabbit. So if you have tiger or rabbit, usually, you know, most people are aware of the year element that they're born into. And nature is the east. Water is the hidden element in all of the branches as well, even again on the hour and the hour stem, which I don't chat about mostly because of the hour of the time zone I'm in versus the energy and the frequency of the time zone that you might be in. So we have like energy from the heavens, which is the stem, and then we have the energy of the earth realm, which is the branches. So we have heavenly stems or cosmic fire on the stem. So I would call in the element of wood to feed and support the fire, which in turn creates the earth with the ash. So it's a supporting element of the energy of how we perform today or the output. It still kind of feels scratchy with the monkey. And then we also have the energy of metal, the yin on the year. So there's a lot of organization. There's a lot of direction and kind of management, which can also be mismanagement as well. So you could say the heavenly realm, the universe, is going to break us out of our personal prison or have a prison break out of a narrative, a perspective that you actually might have been trapped into and show you a different version from a mountaintop alternative perspective. So it might just be an otherworldly, shocking revelation to our spirit and also our soul. And it's opening the eyes into the starry, starry gaze. So we are also in this frequency that is actually underneath us as well. It's also above. So all of the matter and the powered, it's powered by this magical force of love, the connection of that. So the law of attraction in our reality, it's in this wave. So it's like from energy to matter and from matter to energy, and it's all taking shape. It's creating a form. The material realm, the physical, the body, our home, our environment, you know, physical material things that we possess are kind of in this swirl, and they're kind of sweeping and gushing energetically. So it's this energy that gushes into the law of attraction, the flow. So myself, it actually appears I have an issue with my shower. It's leaking through the wall to my hallway in my bedroom. I don't know who to call, the plumber or the insurance agent, or who to call, right? You know, it's always a thing. Who do you call first? Kind of like Ghostbusters. We don't know when we need to call in the Ghostbuster until the ghost has actually manifested. or something like that. So kind of to put it mildly or in a simple way, things in our life that vibrate at a unique frequency that are separate from our heart channel will be kind of repelled away or flicked off your field today. So it's like an energetic repellent. People, places, things that are in your soul's harmonic, your heart channel is kind of aligned with. That's what's going to be attracted to you. It's like this cosmic crossroads or a square, you know, where you're dancing off, where you see things kind of flick off in the dance, where other things kind of stream in. So these aspects that are no longer are in sync or resonance or vibration with you through your heart's channel, the heart, you know, everything goes back to the queen of the heart, the vibration, they're missing. So what you really are experiencing is a change in your heart story, a change of heart. And what does or does not, in essence, kind of belong in your life. Cleaning out the cosmic clutter, those cobwebs. I talked about spiritual diarrhea yesterday. That's a thing. So the shift of our heart changes the perspective of how we look at things literally in our heart's channel. And then it swirls the dimensions that you find yourself living in. So it's like waking up to the fresh air with the realization that the job you have, you no longer love. You want to do something different. You want to level up, maybe open a business, write a book. So your thoughts are in another dimensional timeline or just in a different dimension. So we go from being the ghost to the writer, or from the employee to the manager, from the car driver to the car owner. So really listen to your heart to determine what aspects are still in sync within your heart's channel. The ones that are still vibrating and pulsing around you. If you don't really belong in one place, you know, take an adventure, go on an exploration into another, something that you probably wouldn't have done. You might be sensing discourse or a challenge, and really to grow from the feelings that actually bubble up in your own personal spring. Could be from a family member or even somebody else within your environment, a different person. Could be even a thing, actually. And you want to resist the temptation to respond in a different way or another way. Instead, you know, remember the channel of what your heart believes in aspect and respond to those aspects that are inside of you. So our response patterns or even those behaviors really need a different innovative approach to actually shift. Something outside of us, like kind of taps us on the shoulder and shows us what innovative pathway to take. So it really is a day to take the time to transform any mistakes or ideas of a mistake that you make into actually another opportunity of awareness within your beingness for improvement, improving whatever that looks like. So release the clowns in the usual way of thinking, follow your heart channel and see actually what bubbles up and comes to light. It could be an absolute light energy that manifests to take solid form in the earth realm. It's really often, it's kind of a common thread for people to get attached to the physical things, the situations, the aspect, the narrative, you know, until they really dissipate. And that's kind of what we're doing and falling apart. So if something in your corridor falls away or apart today, it really is a signal or a sign that you were inflexible. So, you know, maybe do some yoga, some Pilates, something to become flexible in your beingness. That's actually yin energy. Yin energy is flexible. If you think of a wind, when a big strong wind comes in, hits the grass or a flower, the wind blows it over and it goes back to form. That's being flexible. But if it's yang energy and a big wind comes, it could break a branch, right? So it's kind of those two feeling sensations. Or even if you were overly attached to a thing, a narrative, or a situation, event, whatever befalls you today, like comes in like a branch falling, literally, it really takes the situation to create the breaking down or the falling apart, the falling away, for you to really have these actualization to access that you didn't see it, didn't belong in your life story in the first place. So it's like shifting the sync in the narrative and bringing in the story of your soul that you want to live with. So be more compassionate, or just have compassion for your own self. And more importantly, have faith, that unseen frequency that you just have to trust, which is difficult a lot of the time in the narrative that we live in this physical dimension, this realm. So our channels are switching up to a new innovative world, inspiration, in spirit, any word that has the in the beginning. So it could be like a lightning flash of the heavens that are coming in today. It could actually be physical lightning. So it's like this electrical pulsing that we get in order to transform, to create the transformation. And it comes from the friction between the flint, right? The real, if you've seen flint to start a fire, friction, and what our essence actually believes inside of us. So who's scratching your flint? In order to master our reality in the belief channel and follow the threads of our heart, till the moment, the resonance, the flavor, the characters and the behaviors, they actually merge through our beingness. So you might have an abrupt turn of events that just might show up randomly today. Our intuition channel is really online. So we have violet through the crown. We also have silver threads of the shamanic portal. It could also be black. There's another frequency there, violet. It's like a silver violet, actually. So that's a combination of the crown and the shaman's portal. And also the gold of the soul's harmonic. Those are just great ways to shift the dimension into another perspective while you're still holding faith online. You can also work with crystals if that's your thing, and just allow the messages of them to show you a different sight to see. So focus on your creative flow today. If you have a few power struggles that actually block your flow, just go ahead and create a new highway, a new flow. And our heart channel is actually highly aligned with the process to get us in the flow. So we really want to sync the process, this higher intuitive perspective that actually comes in otherworldly, in the unseen realms. And the moon, Leo itself, it's actually in the lighter degrees, the last degrees of Leo. It's flowing into the realms of Virgo, right? So you might just get magical, like a magical switch. We have the dragon flipped in our reality, in our heart space, our channel. So it's like moving the dishes in the kitchen to a different area that sinks in. It feels better. Something different that you might not have seen. So you really want to tune into your crown, our connection channel to the spirit. The seed sound is Ong. Or just do the sound of silence. Honestly, I prefer that for my own otherworldly insights. But you do what feels best for you through your own heart channel. And also today I want to share insight into the animal totem of the blue jay. We still have Metatron online. We're in the season of Virgo. If Metatron, the archangel, resonates with you and you see the Merkaba or any of the symbols, the symbols within the Merkaba shining for you, go ahead and use them. But I've had a blue jay. Yesterday I had a deer, but today blue jays. I have one in my yard, but also yesterday I did a bunch of rituals. I'm going to show some pictures of those and kind of talk about ritual. But one showed up on my day ritual yesterday. I was out in nature doing rituals all over the place. But the blue jay is a spirit that actually creates bonds that are more longer lasting, not just with people, but also all of the elementals. And what resonates with the blue jay are like words or themes like loyalty or strength, being solid in your beingness, and also being patient. So if a blue jay is your spirit animal for the day or the season, you might prefer to vocalize, to express, use your voice, use your throat, Vishuddha, instead of taking an action. Utilize the spirit energy of your voice. You could even channel through your voice a message. Automatic writing, that's kind of through channeling. But But the blue jay actually assists us to understand different ways to utilize our gifts that are more positive in their impact for those in our village, our container, our day-to-day beings that are around us, whether it's a wedame, which are animals, or a physical person. Even the nature of that is actually a way to give back to the nature element and also to the world. So in a way, in order to be authentically happy, we get to figure out a how we can be in a blessing state to the world instead of the other way around. And nature in its own essence is a magical teacher, right? It's a teacher, it's a cleanser, it does all of the things. So how to do this by inspiring us to find really what we're passionate about on our inner world so we can shed that light on our outer world, and also how we can utilize it to make the world a better place, which is happening, right? So if you have an animal that keeps showing up, please comment and let's muse about the energy of it. I actually talk about animal totems in both Change Your Stars and Secrets of the Other World. I play in the fairy realm. So today, the card of the day, because I love my fairies and I also love the elementals, or that was kind of what was coming in today. I've had quite a few things actually. But here's the card of the elementals. So it's spirit, it's active, it's receptive. You see the heart and you also see the spirals, things spiraling. That's actually water energy, spiral. Water actually spirals. So do trees. Actually, I just saw a spiraling tree. And when you see a tree that's spiraling, the branch, that's like the essence of spirit spiraling the tree's energy into the other realm and also into this realm. So it's kind of on its course to be the magic in the other realm. And spirit itself is our connection channel to the divine. It's the spark of light, our star within us in our grid. It's this connection to spirit where the energy of this connection actually lives, this vibration, right? So our connection is always our light of our spirit that really guides us through our life on the earth plane to bring our personal essence, our full expression into the realm of the world, within the world. So this card really brings the active and the receptive functions in co-creative harmony or bliss. So the way like the sun or the moon, the night and the day actually work in unity or unison with one another is kind of how this is a demonstration of those two fabrics, these principles that are in motion. And we need both. So the active energy of the sun, it gives us the light for outer activity, and the receptive energy of the moon allows time for rest and reflection by actually tuning inward. So it's also the yin, which would be the moon. The yang is the sun. We always have these polarities. And even if you're male or female, we carry these principles, these energies inside of us. It's just important to learn to inwardly work with the movement of these energies and frequencies and vibrations. So how do you need inside yourself? How do you need to balance your active and your receptive energies? So you need more activity, or do you need more receptivity? So it's really getting in the flow of, if you need a rest, take a rest. If you need to get off the couch, get off the couch. It's kind of that kind of feeling and frequency. So then I pulled the Maiden for my Fairy Realm deck. And I think I've pulled the Maiden before. So the Maiden itself is a symbol of new beginnings. So you could, you really couldn't ask for more. With this is, you're at the beginning of something new. It's like spontaneity. It's childlike wonder. It's joy. It's growth. It's even being accelerated with a new promise for a future that's actually being signaled. It's like a signal, an alert beacon here. So you also want to note, and take note into the early stages of any process. There's going to be vulnerability, and we need protection, shelter, even guidance. But there's also magic in the movement towards the growth rapidly. So trust in the process, but also take care of the little the minute details. And the maiden is also our inner child who actually needs to be under some supervision of somebody who's more competent in their adult essence in order to the inner child, her essence, to feel secure and loved. She's actually not happy when we spoil her. So that's kind of when people spoil, right? You're overdoing usually, and it creates discourse later, really. So consider what is actually growing in your life and kind of make a list of your hopes, your dreams, your plans, and look for the growth within yourself and think about how you can cherish and actually nurture that essence of that and, bless the growth. Be grateful for the growth that you also see in and around you. Be in the magical realm of the universe to validate your emotional grid, your inner child, and activate those childhood whispers. Call in the spirit. Be more active if you have actually been sitting on the couch. If you are overly active, go sit on the couch and take a rest. Just be open to receive and also be giving to take in. Be heart-centric today. Ground your story with love and also action. Be mindful of what you once believed and also what you could believe. Now, I did a bunch of fun rituals. So these are just some ideas to give you ideas in nature. So this was actually to bring messages to and through the little beings called the contemple, the joys. I was acknowledging them with the beauty of life and nature in a circle, right? Creating a container. Circles are containers. This one was a tree. I can't see if you can tell, but I actually honored this tree by a river and did a ritual at the base of the tree. I brought in flowers, things from nature, different items, different flowers actually. I think I might have added sesame seeds, or I think also coffee beans might be in there. I'm not quite sure. But I did different rituals out in nature to have the conversation to open the corridor, right? And this one, you're not going to see me for a second. This was the base of another tree. I actually brought in different energies and different elements, leaves and, just different magic. I think this one I poured milk on the tree trunk for nurturing life in general. So pretty magical there as well. So yeah, just some different ideas of going out into nature and doing offerings. That's what I was doing. I was doing offerings and rituals. So there was a lot of magic going on this weekend for me. Hence why I'm wearing my hat today. You're lucky I took off the mask that I had on. Some affirmations to say. Just be, I am open to shift and elevate my perception of my reality from the mountain. So that's like getting a mountaintop view, like seeing things through otherworldly eyes, whether it's an ancestor, another dimension. It could even be the God channel, the divine, whatever that looks like for you. Having a different world perspective from a mountaintop view. And tune into different signs and messages as well. Like I said, I had a blue jay, one in my yard, and one was actually on a hike I did yesterday. Another affirmation would be like, I am escalating my life to a higher awareness of being in the love channel, the joy channel, and happiness. I always stick with my virtues. I finally started bringing in love. I can't believe I forgot that one. It's always peace, joy, happiness, integrity. Well, you got to have your love channel open and those two chalices of love and pour the love in them, right? So thanks for hopping on today. InShalla, and always Ashe, blessings. And share your magic, and I will always see you on the other side.